Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of this extended learning. We're in the week of April 27th. Just wanted to recap some things you might already know. But we have this Zoom meeting on Tuesday at 11 a.m. You've got links in your email and on Canvas. Things that are due this week on the 30th is that Unit 6 Quiz 3 and all past corrections. Don't be too alarmed because you're still going to have other opportunities to make up your grade past these two things, so don't worry too much about them. Your worksheet in the assignments tab of Canvas, it's going to be due on the 4th, and Unit 5 quiz for GSRTA 1 called Scale Factor is going to be available through May. Now your worksheet plus that quiz is going to be what's going to help you bring up your grade for that standard GSRTA 1 if you need it. And if you need any help past that, I've got Zoom office hours on Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. That link is also in your email and on Canvas. Okay, with that set aside, let's get started on our content this week. So as I said, we're looking back at Unit 5, GSRTA 1, talking about scale factor, similarity, and dilation. So for scale factor, remember we had talked about that being a number. You multiply, and very important that we're multiplying, it's not adding or subtracting the preimage by to get the image. Okay, so some vocabulary to back up on again. We've got preimage now and image. Maybe you remember it, maybe not. So preimage is your original image. And image is your new image. What I'm saying is that if I started with a triangle, let's say 2, 3, and 4, and I made a new image that is scaled by a factor of 2. So SF is 2. That means corresponding side for 2 is going to be 4. Corresponding side for 3 should be 6. And the corresponding side for 4 should be 8. Okay. This is your image, the one that I scaled it to. And this one was my pre-image. Okay. I multiplied by 2 to get my corresponding sides of 2 goes to 4, 4 going to 8, and 3 going to 6. Key things to remember about our scale factor. If that number is greater than 1, meaning like 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth, you're going to get a bigger image. If your scale factor is less than 1, remember that scale factor can also be represented as decimals or fractions, but not negative numbers. We're going to get a smaller image, a reduction. And if our scale factor is exactly 1, it's going to stay exactly the same. Because if you multiply any number by 1, it's still that same number. So bigger image, that's a dilation. What color should I use? Let's go here. Dilation. Versus getting a smaller image from a less than 1 scale factor is a reduction. There's no real fancy word for saying that your image is going to stay the same with a scale factor of 1, so we're just going to leave it at that. Okay. Remember things that, like similarity equals proportionality. Okay. That means basically that they share some sort of link between them, which is your scale factor, in between a preimage and an image. So if I use that same example, 2, 3, 4 triangle, and my 4, 6, 8 triangle, because I've got, let's also label my vertices. Let's say A, B, and C, and this is D, E, and F. I can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF because they have a scale factor of 2. Okay. And I know this because I'm matching up those sides, right? Remember that your letters have to be in order. So A to B has to go D to E, and then B to C has to go E to F, and D and F link A and C. Okay, so we say that they're proportional because they are similar. When we start to get into our proportionality part for the unit, remember we talked about setting up proportions. Like, for example, I know AB over BC is the same thing as if I said DE over EF. Okay, I replace those with the numbers there. I see 2 over 4 is equal to 4 over 8. And if you were to plug that into a calculator, 2 divided by 4, 4 divided by 8, or your reduction of fractions, they're both 1/2, and they're both the same. Okay. And I set up this proportion by using same triangle going up and down. So notice this fraction here is all from my first triangle, and this fraction here is all from my second triangle. And then across, I did corresponding parts, right? A and B and D and E correspond, and then B, C, E, and F correspond. So it's very important that we have these columns and rows. You could switch them, where instead of your pink columns, your fractions being the same triangle, they could be the corresponding part, and across can be the same triangle. Alrighty, so that is it for this week. If you have any other questions, make sure you come and join our call Tuesday, 11 a.m., or email me or ask me questions at office hours on Friday. All right.